Okay, again, good morning, everyone. Good day. Okay, in this lesson, I will show you how to make or how to add records in Visual Basic. Okay, when you click Add, then all of this button will be disabled, excluding this Save and Close button. Again, if we click Add, this button next, Previous, Delete, Update, first and last will be disabled. So even you click this, you cannot, this will, all of this will be disabled. Because if I click add, we need to add records inside. We don't need this next, previous, delete, update, first and last. We don't need this to click. So to avoid having problems, we will disable all of this when we click add. And also add will be disabled, okay? When I click add, all of these are disabled, excluding save and close. So, okay, I will try to click it now. When I click add, so you can see all of the this add button, next, previous, and delete, update, first, and last are now disabled. So you cannot click this anymore unless you finish doing or adding a record, or unless you cancel adding a record inside. So how can we do this? So here in the form, okay, I will close this again. When we click add, we will disable all of this button, okay, excluding save and close. So we can save and we can close, but we cannot use this button unless we finish adding the records. So how can we do this? Okay, let's move here in the code, and then I will open. You can see here we have a button Addbtn. I changed the name to Addbtn to nextbtn. You can see I changed the name. You can change in your Visual Basic to have a better name. Previousbtn is the name now. Deletebtn, SaveBtn, Updatebtn. You can see Updatebtn, Firstbtn, Lastbtn, and then CloseBtn. So now, here also I made some changes here. You should go here in the mask box of phone number, select, and then click properties, and then you should remove the prompt include. Okay, remove the check in the prompt include, and then before it is just like that, so you should remove it and then click apply and then okay. Okay, and then here in the code, you should view the code. Here in the code, we will use a clear sub. We will use a clear sub method. So you need to do this sub method. So once we click add button, all of the data here will be cleared. All of the data here will be erased because we will add a record. Again, when we click add, all of the data here will be erased because we will type new record inside of it. So how can we clear this? So using this command, I make a sub method clear, and then you can see StudentNumber.Text is equal to space. You can see when you see something like this, it is a string. So if you want to erase the record inside of it, StudentNumber.Text. Again, we will move here, student. You can see the name student number, and then the property text. You can see here. Here, okay? So student number, which is the name, and then the property text. So here I said, move to the code. Student number, the text is equal to, so which means space. This is the equivalent of space in coding, okay? Quotation marks, because if we make like that, and there is one space inside, so you should only, there's no space, just put this one and then double quotation is enough space. You can see all of this will become spaces, and the birth date will become a date 12 to 2021. Again, you should go to the me.phone number, or you can also say PhoneNumber.Text is equal to space. So maybe in your form there is a mass, so you should change this, okay? Change this to PhoneNumber.Text is equal to space, so that this will remove like this. So you can see, so when you click add, you can see that all of these are spaces now. So you should type this code in your, all of this in your form. I will put this inside the description of this video, okay? Okay, this is how you can clear. This is how you can clear all the tools when you click something. When you click add, you can see when you click add, you can see a method was called. You can see here, when we click add, this is the add button. At the moment, okay, when we click add, double click, you can see here, I made a method disable to disable all the buttons, the add, next, previous, delete, update, first, and last. So where is this sub method? What is the name again? Disable true. So let's look here. I made a sub method disable. So you can see sub disable true. So I made a sub method, and then I give a name disable true. And then you can enable or disable a button using this code. This is the name of the button, Addbtn. You can see, I will show you, this is Addbtn. Addbtn is the name, okay? Nextbtn, Previousbtn until here. So here in the code, I put a code Addbtn.Enabled. You see here, I will make one example. Put the name of the button, that, and when you press that, you can see the properties of this button. So there is a properties here, enabled, and then you should set this to false, okay? So that the button will be disabled. So enabled is false, which means false. So this is disabled now. Next button is disabled, previous button is disabled. Update, first, last, and delete button are disabled. So when you click add, this submethod name will be executed. Disable true is the name. Okay, here when we click add, I call the name disable true, and all of this code will be executed. This is a part of our video. I already teach you how to use a sub method. Again, when we call the name, here is disable true. When we call the name disable true, all of this code will be executed. Okay. As you can see here, when I click add, I call disable true, and then I call the clear method, which is here, so that all of the text inside of this form will be clear, because we need to add new record. Okay, and then I call the rs.AddNew. As I said, we need to call this rs.AddNew to add records inside. And then I put the focus to the student number, so that when I click add, the focus will move here. You can see a cursor. You can see a blinking cursor here. And I click add. You can see the cursor is moved to the student number. Okay, and that's how we can use enabled command button enabled, and how we can clear the content of the form using the sub method. Okay, in our next lesson, I will show you how to add record inside. Thank you and see you again. Bye bye.